The sound of now. Now. NILE FM Aware.
Welcome to yet another episode of NILE FM's Aware. Hope you're having a great evening. With me in the studio tonight, Alashanek ya Baladi, Representative Eman Hussein. Stay tuned for this. You don't want to miss it. Eman, welcome to the studio. Thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you, Adham. It's good to be here.
Absolutely wonderful having you here. Now, I have to ask you first and foremost, what exactly is Alashanek ya Baladi? The name is very catchy, but what exactly is it?
Well, it started back in 2002 with a group of students from the AUC and other universities as well, but it was based in the AUC. It started as a student club trying to promote the idea of volunteerism away from the regular charity work that they do with other NGOs. So they started off as a club and they were looking for ways to enhance volunteerism and do it in a more sustainable way, to do more of developmental, deep-rooted, long-term work instead of just giving out money or clothes or charity.
So basically following the guidelines of, don't give a man a fish, but teach him how to fish.
Yes,
that's pretty much it. Very, very, very cool. Now, you guys are established now. I mean, you've grown, I believe, right?
Yes. A few years after the establishment in the AUC, we started having sort of a franchise in GUC and Cairo University. There were similar clubs working with the similar model, but of course with different teams. And then in 2005, we registered as an official NGO under the name of Alashanek ya Baladi Association for Sustainable Development.
Why did you start this?
Well, we had a long-term dream goal of eradicating poverty from Egypt, not just fighting it, but abolishing the whole concept of poverty. We wanted to see people living not under the poverty line, but at the very least above it, where they can enjoy a humane, decent life, where they can learn, they can maintain a healthy life, the very basic things that people should enjoy in life. So that's at least through eradicating poverty. Yes.
That's very, very admirable. And do you have something in your mind, like a long-term objective, something that you want to reach in the future or something?
Well, we have a big title that we have set for ourselves the past year. It's called فوق الخط. It's our main big campaign. We have put a target for ourselves to get 10 million people out of the poverty line or above the poverty line by the 2020, I'm sorry.
Wow, yeah, I was like 2010. That's a very, very ambitious goal. No, but there's got to be some form of mechanic or some form of model that you have in place that will help you achieve this goal. Tell me what it is.
Yes, model, you have the right word. Let me just tell you first how we started developing the model. At first, we started giving out trainings like regular English courses, computer courses, and soft skills communication, stuff like that. But then one HR manager in a very small company asked a very obvious question. If I want to hire a salesperson in, let's say, Upper Egypt, anywhere, any governorate, why do I need English for? He's never going to use it. He's never going to use computer skills, or rarely. And if I want to hire sort of a secretary or something for my office, why do I need her to have leadership skills or a PowerPoint presentation? She just might not need that.
Yeah.
So we started rethinking our training model and started giving out trainings that actually fit the market, or we saw what the market really needed for employees to have, and we started giving them out.
That's very, very cool, because now it's not just just handing out certificates by the bulk.
Yes, exactly.
But that kind of thing.
Exactly.
But you actually give out the training that is actually needed by the market. Now, I'd like to talk to you a little bit more about that. What is your selection criteria? How do you select these people? Do they come to you? Do you look for them? How does it work?
Well, we spread out the word that we have a sort of a recruitment agency, a training center, and we offer our help for those living in certain areas, or they have lower than higher education, like secondary education or institutes, and they start coming to our different offices around Cairo to ask for help or apply.
What exactly else do you have? Because you were just telling me that the model encapsulates more.
Yes, exactly. Well, I told you about the training and how it actually fits the market and what they need from employees or workers. So basically the natural next step is employment. So we have either two cases where we either find official or formal employment for the people graduating from our trainings, or we provide them with the small and micro loans if they want to open up their own projects. The formal employment, we just have sort of an agreement with factories and companies to hire the people that we've trained according to their own requirements. But however, the small loans part takes a longer process and more difficult one because they have to have like specific trainings, feasibility studies and stuff like that.
Very true.
That's for the family provider. For the rest of the family, however, we have, of course, the mom and the kids. The mom gets health, nutrition, awareness classes, how to raise her kids, how to take care of her household and help her husband around. And of course, if she needs like to help her husband financially, she can look for employment opportunities where we help as well and give her training, same as the dad.
Super.
Yeah. The kids, however, we try to lift the burden off the parents for paying private lessons. So we give them sort of group classes, help them out with their schoolwork, and make it more interactive than what they take in school. Yeah.
So this is pretty much like a full, complete, wholesome package for the whole family, pretty much. I love it. Yeah, it's a brilliant idea, and I wish you the best of luck with it. Am I correct that there are two initiatives, or are they linked together? This whole 10 million people above the poverty line in 10 years and Fuq al-Khat, are they together?
Yes. There's the NGO called Alashanek, Baladi, and then our whole model that I've talked to you about with a title put to it called Fuq al-Khat. Or we just put our whole work into figures so that people could understand and we could take it out to the public and say that we put this goal to ourselves to take 10 million people out of the poverty line by 2020. People may think that's a very ambitious number, which is not really the case, because if you think about it...
you're just being humble. It is.
It is a big number when you say it like that, but come to think of it, I've talked about how the whole taking someone out of the poverty line is a family-based model. So when you think that every person in the 10 million is only a family provider, that's not the case. The whole family counts in the 10 million.
So it's basically 2 million people, and then with them, they take the whole family above the poverty line.
Exactly.
That's very, very, very cool. Eman, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show. Thank you very much for coming in, and I wish you the best of luck with Alashanek Ya Baladi. It's a beautiful initiative. And of course, if you want to get in touch with Alashanek Ya Baladi or with the show, just all you have to do is just email me, aware@nileradioproductions.net. That's aware@nileradioproductions.net. That is the same email that you can always use if you are affiliated with an NGO, if you're working with a social development program, if you're doing some positive impact for Egypt and Cairo. Get in touch. I want you on the show. Let's put some spotlight on the people that are making a difference and giving back to our community. Thank you very much, Eman.
Thank you, Adham.
Been great having you. Thank you very much. And that's it for me. Your Dance All-Nighter starts now, so stay tuned. And of course, I'll be back on your radio next Saturday with another edition of NileFM's Aware. Good night.